Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am loving life freely here on YouTube. I am a full-time reseller on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari, and I sell kids clothes on Whatnot. This is going to be a little bit of a just kind of a different weekly chat this week. Just to kind of give you an update. I have actually been sick since like last Wednesday evening, Thursday morning, and it was one of those where it's not like a head cold or a sore throat or anything like that, but it's like the body aches and just kind of congestion and stuff, but no like sneezing or anything like that. So, but it has zapped my energy. I had a terrible headache last Thursday and Friday. Finally started to peter that out Saturday, but I'm still looking to try and get my energy back. So please forgive me if I don't sound like normal, probably even sound a little bit congested. But I wanted to at least put something out because I think that this is so true, especially since last week we talked about taking time for yourself and like shutting things off at a certain time in the evening so that you have like your own time at night and you're not a 24/7, this is what you're doing all the time. I thought that the timing of that was so perfect. I have been struggling off and on this past week about how I've got things to do. My husband keeps saying, take care of yourself. It's okay to be down for a few days. And even now, I have been like up and doing some things, but I'm only able to do something for a while, and then I just kind of have to take a break because my energy just gets so zapped so quickly, and I'm not sure why it's taking me so long to recover. Because usually after a few days of me being sick, I'm kind of back on the road again. So it's taking longer than I wanted to. But I wanted to do like a quick synopsis of when we are sick, if you still want to kind of keep the algorithm and the ball rolling on things, I thought this would be a good opportunity to kind of talk about some of those options. So if that is of interest to you, please do stay tuned. Again, my week has just been kind of crazy. It's funny because even though I've been sick, I've been making sales. We are nearing the end of this month, and my sales numbers are back to what they were before the first of the year. You know, the first of the year is always slow for resellers, and this month, the end of this month here, I am finally back to what I was doing before the first of the year hit. So I'm really, really happy with that, and I am hoping that with the changes that I've been making, that we will not only continue to stay at that, but now we'll start to, climb a bit because of the changes that I've been making. So we're starting to see some of those benefits. Also, as you all know, I have definitely changed how I'm sourcing. I have particular locations that I'm sourcing at right now because the things that I'm sourcing, it's working. I've also been in the process of purging things. If you haven't watched I apologize about my voice, guys. I still have some congestion going on. Please forgive me. If you haven't watched the ThreadUp, this is what I'm sending into ThreadUp. I have pulled a bunch of inventory out. I am waiting for them to actually process the boxes once they get them in. I will give you an update on those ThreadUp boxes that I've sent in. I do have more inventory that I do hope to flush. We are also looking at springtime here very, very soon. And so I'm already in the back of my brain thinking about the garage sale that we're going to be holding probably late May, June, maybe late June, before we go out and help take care of my family and stuff out in Montana. You guys don't know about that, but we're going to be leaving and we're going to be gone for a few days the end of July to go help some families. So anyway, so I'm already kind of on the mental track of, I not only have things to decide back there for a garage sale, but kind of how I'm going to do it out here and all that. So there's just a lot going on. But again, I wanted to kind of talk with you guys when we're ill, but you're not ill enough to not be able to work. You still want to have some sort of productivity, but you don't have the gumption that we typically have to really accommodate like a full productive day of work. And you want to keep the algorithm kicking, right? So, and also want to share with you just some thoughts. I know not a lot of you are on Whatnot. If you aren't on Whatnot, I will mention this first. Whatnot sent out an email last week, and this is actually super exciting for me because when you're doing Whatnot, You know how on Poshmark, on lives, you're able to just take your closets and load it up if you want to, right? On Whatnot, we haven't been able to do that. We've had to actually take our own separate pictures, load them up, and do all that. But now, Whatnot has connected with Poshmark, and you can actually type in your URL for Poshmark in a Whatnot page and actually load up your own Poshmark closet now through Whatnot and load up items straightly from your Poshmark closet into Whatnot, so you don't actually have to reload and redo every single one of those pictures. That's huge. For those people who do both Poshmark and Whatnot auctions, that is massively huge, especially if you're taking from your things that are already loaded in your sorry, I'm so sorry. Loaded in your platform on Poshmark, and you want to take some of those items and maybe do a discounted, auction on Whatnot. You can now load those items directly from Poshmark. You don't have to go through all the picture taking. Load up your items in your pictures, and then just do your description. It is absolutely fantastic. So I have not yet done it, but I've seen the process that it takes, and a friend of mine who is on Whatnot and Poshmark, she has done it. She said it was fantastic. So I'm excited to give that a try. So if you are on Poshmark and Whatnot and you don't know about that, again, they sent an email out. You've probably already done it. I am like a week late on it, so sorry. I'm going to make this video kind of quick for y'all, but I did want to at least touch base. So some things that we can be doing kind of ahead of time, and this kind of relates back to, gosh, it's been several weeks now where I talked about this gal. Somebody who sells on Poshmark and eBay and does very well. She's a 6-figure seller, very, very well. I have goals of kind of getting and accomplishing to where she's at. It's going to take me a couple years to get there, but I'm very excited about what she's doing. And they actually batch a week and a half to 2 weeks ahead of time. So they're not like, doing photos for that day. They're actually 2 weeks ahead, and they have items on eBay that are actually scheduled to go live. So, for example, if you're on vacation or something comes up and you can't go to the office that day or you're sick, she is actually 2 weeks ahead of her processing time, so that if they do miss a few days, they're not behind, or they're not trying to, oh my gosh, we got to do the algorithm or this or that, because it's already set up to do those things. So that is one thing. I would like to actually be, it would be nice for me to be like a week ahead, so that I have a week's worth of items in drafts scheduled to go live on eBay. I would like to get to the point where I have accommodated that. I have not done that yet because I've been so focused on trying to fine-tune some things here. I still don't have everything from that 200-pound box from ThreadUp listed yet. There were some things I was going to list, but this is kind of where I'm at with that. There are things on there that I could still take time to list and I would make money. But I think what I'm going to do for the time being is, because I found this other source that has nicer items that are actually selling for more money, and it's less work for me because they're making more money. I'm going to be focusing that direction right now, which I think business-wise is just a smart thing to do. But I'm still going to, I'm so sorry guys, I'm still going to maybe list those, but maybe after the garage sale, if they don't sell, do it then, because it's only a few more months until that garage sale. So I'm still kind of weighing that, because the amount of profit that I'll make for those pieces compared to the amount of profit that I'll make from my other inventory that is nicer and higher end inventory, you kind of get what I'm saying. I would rather be investing my time in that nicer inventory right now, making more money, and then if I don't sell those other items in the garage sale, then taking some time here and there to list a few of those things. But right now I want to be productive and making more money than making less. Oh my goodness, I hope this video is okay for y'all. I apologize. So, getting back to being sick, batch photos, if we can have like batch photos in the background, so that if you do want to just like maybe cross list a few things, but you don't want to have to go through the whole process of, doing photos, having like batch listing backed up and ready to go. So like that one gal who does eBay, instead of just having, okay, you get up, you do your photos, you're done for the day, whatever number of listings it is, literally doing like a batch. Like, you know, I'm talking like, I know it sounds like a lot, but for those of us who list, like, try to list 10 plus items a day, have like 50 or 60, maybe even more, batch listing photos kind of set aside and backed up. You're going through them, so it's not like you're just putting them back there and not listing those items. What I'm saying is having more available on the back burner than just doing 10 a day, you know? So you're still going through the lineup, but say for example you have 50 waiting and you go through 10 or 15 in one day, you still have all this backed up. The next day you do another 10 or 15, you still have that full lineup of photos ready to go that you're going through. But if you miss a day or two of photos because you're sick, you still have a back lineup of photos if you just want to do a few listings, if you're sick or something like that, where they're already done, okay? And then when you're better, you can just kind of recoup some of that, okay? That's kind of what I'm talking about. You can do that with photos. Obviously, you can do that with scheduled listings on eBay. I think you can do it on Poshmark too. She did say that you could do that on Poshmark. I need to look into that because I would like to be able to accommodate that. So batch photos, I don't know why I'm coughing. It's probably because I'm talking a lot and my body's still not quite completely covered because I don't have a sore throat. So batch photos, having those ready. So that's another way to be able to do that. Having the actual listings backed up and ready to go. Delisting, relisting is another option, you guys. Now I do this kind of on the side, but since I'm not focused on Vindu anymore and I'm on List Perfectly, you do delisting and relisting differently, but I've been so focused on getting my items up, I haven't been as focused on delisting and relisting. So I need to kind of get back into maybe doing 10 or 20 of those a day. But delisting and relisting is one of those things you can definitely do no matter what listing platform you use. Delisting, relisting, if you're sick for a few days, is definitely something that can keep the algorithm going. Whether it is eBay, Poshmark, or Mercari, you could delist and relist items. It takes it off permanently, and then you relist it back on that platform and makes a whole new batch. So, a whole new listing. So that is definitely something you can be doing. If you have a little bit of stuff in you, and you want to do a little bit of work, but you don't want to do like full hardcore listing, that is definitely something you could be doing on a daily basis just to keep things fresh. But it's just something to kind of get things kicking. If you don't have a lot of energy or are sick. And if you want to show somebody in your family how to do it, delisting and relisting is a super easy thing for somebody in your family to do for you if you don't actually have the ability and you are sick and don't have the energy. Delisting and relisting is something so easy somebody can do on all those platforms for you to keep that algorithm fresh. So maybe that is also something you can have maybe your husband or one of your kids do that you trust, that understands the system and everything. So that is another thing you can do too. Cross-posting. If you already have your drafts up in a couple platforms and you sell on a few platforms, I know for me, I'm transitioning some of my items that were on Poshmark and eBay only, and I'm getting them over to Mercari. So honestly, even today, I did do some of that. I've been kind of doing some of that anyway. But if you have a platform that doesn't have all of your items on all the platforms, go through and cross-post the rest of the items that are not on those other platforms. And get those up and going. That's another easy thing to do that you can do to accommodate and for time and be able to get some algorithm going on things. Another thing that you can do, and a lot of people don't think about this, I don't think, but once you have a listing up on eBay, even though you have all your items in, if you have some stale listings on eBay, it's really easy if you have just a little bit of energy and or you just kind of want to have something to do when you're not feeling well, go into some of those old listings, maybe tweak the title a little bit, maybe change the pricing a little bit, maybe go through and see if there's some other of those details and all the boxes that you got to fill out. Check and see if maybe there's one or two of those that you've missed. There's always ways that you can kind of tweak and change. Whenever you go into listings, current listings, even bumping the price a little bit or changing the price or adjusting title, all that triggers that algorithm showing that you're active on eBay. So that is also another thing that you can do too. If you guys have any other ideas of what you could be doing, again, I know that this is not our normal lively Whatnot Weekly Chat. And again, I do apologize. At least want to kind of get something a little bit out there for y'all. I didn't want to miss it. We've had such a consistency with this, and I am going to let you guys go though, so I do apologize again. I hope this was helpful. Again, I thought just due to the fact that I'm still kind of recovering and everything, that maybe this might be a benefit to us to think about some of those things that we can do to be accommodating for if you have to miss a few days, or if you're not feeling well, or you're sick, or that sort of thing. Guys, if this was a benefit and a blessing to you, please do feel free to give this video a thumbs up. Do give me a follow. We're going to have some more unboxings coming up here pretty soon, you guys. I'm probably going to try and do one tomorrow. I have 3 boxes back here waiting for me from one company, and some others from another company, so you guys do stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. I will definitely try to be putting another video out near the end of this week for sure. And guys, I hope you're having a great week. I hope you all are staying well. I know that there's transition of spring season. There's a lot of colds that go around during that time too. So again, please forgive me for the way I'm doing, but I just wanted to at least share all that with you guys. And guys, we'll see you in the next video. Take care.